Go.
Now everybody knows that I love to drink. This one right here is hard to drink because it's so many licorice. He put awesomeness in here. It's called the Seven Seas. It's not even on the menu. It's a secret drink. And now him and I are friends, and he's gonna come and hang out with us tonight, maybe. Hey, let's go.
Happy 4th of July, everyone. It's Neverland Nate, and I am here with, you changed your name?
Kinda.
On AKA Ian. We were just going to call him Ian tonight because he messaged me earlier and said, I'm Ian. So I just assumed he wanted to go by
What happened to your drunk video?
What do you mean? I don't know.
The intro video said could not play in browser. So it was just a black screen for like 30 seconds there.
You know what? I was just trying to enjoy the 4th of July.
Fair enough.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, we're hanging out tonight. Wait a minute, we already have comments. I'm gonna be slow tonight. Oh no, Reagan said she saw it. It must just be you. You're having problems.
Could be.
You're very clear tonight, though.
Well, I got a new cell phone in the last week, so it's
okay.
It's nice, but it's a pain in the ass because every single app I had to re-sign into, and I don't know any of my passwords and set everything back up. So one by one, I'm slowly finding out what I'm connected to and not. And yeah, good times. But it is a lovely rainy Sunday night here in Windermere.
We had some storms roll through earlier, and it just sounded like we talked about that night where it was just like a sheet of aluminum that just wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
It was blah, blah, blah.
Well, literally, like I was talking to Nate, like literally 2 minutes ago, 3 now. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go home because I was at my neighbor's house eating dinner. They made some amazing picanha for us, and it wasn't raining. So I walked down the stairs, and it was pouring.
But as he was walking, I could see behind him, and it wasn't pouring. It was like nice blue and pink sky, like typical Florida.
And then it was pouring.
And now it's dark.
Now it's dark.
Nothing is here. I just saw a Treyu. Is it storming or just raining over there?
Yes.
We literally live like 14 miles away from each other, and the weather is completely different.
Yes. But literally, he'll be like, hey, it's storming. It's coming in 10 minutes. I'll be like, hey, Nate, it's storming. It's coming in 10 minutes. And literally, we both get hit eventually. So.
Well, the cicadas did stop, so that usually means that there is some kind of weather coming because they all go and hide.
Nice. Nice. So what'd you do this weekend, Nate? I did not see you at all this weekend, so something happened.
Yeah, something happened. I had to go to, I went to Georgia to my stepsister-in-law's wedding, I think is what she is now. Or I think she was before. I don't really know. But crazy wedding at a crazy venue. Nothing like that.
It looked amazing from the pictures and videos that you saw or you sent me.
So the guy owns 200 acres, okay, and then has this house that has this tunnel that you walk through, like this concrete tunnel. It's got all these like hidden rooms off of it, and when you get to the house itself, you walk into his man cave, which was it was dumb. His kitchen was $500,000 easy, and it was smaller than our bars. But it's like the countertops were like that broken edge stone. The sinks were unbelievable. He had like a mahogany pool table. He had a separate room with a projector with super lush couches, foosball table, bedrooms. I mean, his pool had like it was all made of stone, but it had the big windows cut in it, so you could like see when mermaids were swimming by and stuff like that. But,
so this is just at someone's private residence?
Yep.
Okay, I saw they had like a laser nighttime light show, fireworks.
Yep.
And that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and Charles did the whole thing. It was all synced to music. He had the cold sparks going as well.
Nice.
So they were out on a dock watching it. And the guy who owns the place, I swear to God, I've never seen anything like, well, I have. I've tried it, actually. But he had this, like, 20-gallon tank of gasoline, and he was pouring it in, like, Home Depot buckets. And then he would walk over to the fire and just go like this. Dude, like, boom, like, expecting him to, like, catch on fire and come running out. And it was crazy.
Nice.
Ray actually got bit by, like, a wasp or something, and her foot
Stung?
blew up. And the owner and his wife came running with like Benadryl and spray Benadryl, and they had just in the venue area part of it. They had 3 bathrooms, and one of them had an air conditioner like right where your knees are if you're sitting on the toilet. So if you're not having a good time in the bathroom and you get up to turn around and you just, oh, cool. Gets rid of everything that's going on back there. But he had, you know how in our bathrooms, yours as well, we have the guest whatever you need kind of thing. So there's
Right.
Yeah. Combs, women hygiene products. Like his baskets were like this big, full of just stuff, aspirin, all sorts of things. Yeah. So the food that they were serving there were mini lobster rolls, chicken wings, catfish, you name it. Open bar for everything. Charles had distilled his own whiskey, and all the old fashions that they were serving that night were from his barrel, like his own.
So it was like, it's probably bourbon then. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I drink rum, so I was like, "Can I get a rum old fashioned?" They were like, "No, but you can drink this," and I was like, "Oh, all right." All right.
Well,
So real quick shout out to everybody who supports us. Scotty's Vodka, of course. For some reason, when I was making that post earlier, I had just gotten out of a 7-hour car ride. I was trying to put all of the tags in there, but we're going to see Scotty this week. We have our friends from Grant and Patton, who's sending us cigars that I will be bringing this week as well, and we also have SD Transport, aka Ian Super Shuttle.
Yay!
So yeah, all right. So what'd you do this weekend? Tell me.
Well, we did our usual happy hour on Friday. It was a mystery theme, so we didn't tell anyone what the theme was. Normally, we announce the theme ahead of time so people can dress up or whatever they need to do, bring food. But this theme, we didn't want no one to know until I came. So people are like, well, what are we supposed to dress like? I'm like, just show up. It's fine. And our theme was Nate and Ray. We had a Nate and Ray party. It was fantastic. I wish you would have uploaded some photos. But we had like a big banner that said Nate and Ray party. We had little like sticks with their faces printed out so we could hold them up and be Nate or Ray. And these pictures, the faces, expanded probably a good 10, 15 years worth of those two. It's pretty fun. And then we just got really shit-faced. It was literally, I told Carrie, I'm like, we're probably going to have an early night because usually Nate and Ray are the last two to leave in our parties, usually around 2 a.m. The last person left at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So Saturday was rough, very rough. So we definitely went all out for Nate and Ray. So you weren't there, but Nate, you were there in spirit and heart.
We weren't there, and when the pictures finally started coming up on Facebook, we were pretty deep into drinking already because it's literally as soon as we got to town, we went to the hotel, we dropped off the stuff, we got right back in the car and went and met the bride and her best friend at a Mexican place that was like 4 blocks from the hotel. It was so close. And obviously we started drinking, and I wanted to start drinking the local beers, and then we were doing shots. And then we went to the bride's house, and that's when I sent you the picture of all of the bourbons and whiskeys that they had. And then from there, we just went.
See, I thought you were at a bar. That's why I'm like, do a shot of the Poppy and the Weller. I want to know how much they're charging for that, but it's like, I got a full cap.
Yeah, no. But we went to downtown Woodstock, Georgia, and it really reminded me of downtown Claremont. It's all the businesses are right next to each other, but a ton more bars. It's all bars and like niche-y little shops, earrings and purses and that kind of stuff. We went to a brewery down there. The manager was absolutely rude. She actually yell at one of her like server people while we were there. She's like, "Well, I'm the manager and I'm gonna deal with this." And she went and like yelled at this like 70-year-old man who was just there because we had brought. It's an open carry down there, so we had beers with us. And he's like, "Let me get you some cups to pour it in because we don't serve that beer here. We're a brewery and we don't." We were like, "Hey, no problem." So she's like, "You need to throw that beer out." And we're like, "No, the guy gave us plastic cups." And she's like, "Oh, him? I'm the manager, and I'm going to go give him the what for." And like, she went and yelled at him. So we just left. We were like, "No, that's rude."
Pretty rude, I'd say.
Then we went to this bar top, or the top of a building bar, probably like 4 or 5 flights up. And that's when we really started getting into the drinking. And that's when Reagan had her episode. Reagan did not fall this time. But Reagan had another episode, which was worse. It was so bad. There was a lot of
Was there a protein spill?
there was a protein spill. But the thing is that so there were a bunch of cups, obviously, because people were drinking, and she found the most full one and decided that that would be her vessel of where she was going to let all of it out. And it kept going, and then the bus boys and the manager was coming over and saying, she can't drink anymore. And I was like, oh, trust me, she's not drinking anything else except for water. And the woman just hops on me and she's like, well, if she does this again, you guys are out of here. And there's already a cop standing at the top of the stairs. Okay. And I'm like, he's watching us. I mean, he obviously knows what's happening. And there was this couple that was sitting at the end of one of the tables that we had commandeered. And I went over and I was like, I'm really sorry you had to watch all that, because they were literally facing her doing her sickness. And I was like, let me buy you your dinner. And they're like, no, absolutely not. No. And getting to talking with them. He was a Georgia State Trooper. And he like raised horses, or like combed horses. So it was something like that. And then come to find out, on top of that, it was their first date. They met on Bumble. So I'm like, holy cow. I'm definitely
a date to remember.
Yeah, right. So, but no, that went cool. He ended up buying me a beer. We had a few more beers, and then I helped right down the stairs. And we went back to the hotel, and then the next day was the wedding, which was a little rough getting up in the morning. But
yeah. Well, we both had eventful weekends then.
Anna said you guys look too serious, need to be more drunk. I'm literally drinking this with this in it and melted ice cubes.
It's got to be Alan. And I got to tell you, Alan is the best picanha steak maker ever. Every time he's like, we got picanha, I'm like, I'm there. Yeah. And they have the garlic bread, the chicken wings. Like, our neighbors are literally the best people ever. They make the greatest food, and they never just cook for their family. They cook for the whole freaking community, which is amazing. So.
Uh-oh. Ian's getting called out.
Am I dodging your calls? I don't think so, but maybe.
I did invite them to Ashley's wedding, and then I got the what for about that. So I'm not going to do that.
Pat, if you've been calling me, like I said, I just got a new phone this like 3 days ago, and it's a work in progress, and I don't know if my voicemail is even set up yet. So I apologize, but I will get back to everyone on Monday, tomorrow, if I missed your call this weekend.
All right, so let's talk about what's going on this week. We've got an action-packed week coming up. We're going to be getting ready for our first Drunk Disney Dads actual
get together,
party, where obviously everybody's always invited to come hang out with the Drunk Disney Dads. We've seen all you guys at the theme parks. We've hung out with you at Sean's bar, my bar. Everybody, we definitely appreciate your support. But this party is for you guys, like for you guys. We're doing this for
the Disney Happy Hour. So Nate, if I say Disney Happy Hour, that's what I mean.
Okay. Yeah,
just for further reference.
Right.
I literally was talking about the Disney Happy Hour today, and he's like, Happy Hour starts at 5. Wait, no, it starts at 2. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
he was talking about Disney Springs. Can't wait to drink with y'all. Baby is here now. Is this a reference to what? I don't Fache book.
Hopefully that's no. I mean, I was gonna say, would that be Brittany? But she already drank with us, I think.
And Baby Lizard's been here for quite some time.
Right. Which we need to see Lizard again, Mike. Brittany.
Okay, that's Hannah.
Oh, okay. Hannah. Yeah.
Congratulations on the birth of your
child
wife. Nice. Well, congratulations. I'm glad to see that. Well, I can't see that the baby is nice and healthy, but I'm glad that you're watching us right now, because you must have had your baby like 40 minutes ago.
And Hannah, I do believe Chris owes you like 10 plus designated driver nights, so you can let loose. So hold them to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be getting food. We're going to have food there. We're going to have obviously drinks there. Scotty from Scotty Vodka is going to be there. So remember, keep sending us messages. Let us know your sizes so that he can pack his suitcase, because he's got to get packed. He's going to be here in 4 days.
We're going to have a lot of giveaways for everyone that show up. So
we do have a bunch of stuff for you guys, just to show you the appreciation for the support that you've been showing us over the last Jesus, guys, it's almost been 3 years. It's crazy. Some live videos for us who can't be there. Mario, we're gonna try, but like last time happened, I was banned in we were banned in
12
247
minutes.
places in
Within
12
12 minutes.
Within 12 minutes, we were banned in 204 because we like music. People like to dance
Right.
to music and hang out and stuff like that. But if we can do it like muted, but then that won't be as fun. But we'll try.
Right.
We'll do our best. Maybe we can get out on the balcony or something like that and have a couple. I don't know who all of these. Oh, I owe him a few too. Okay, so I'm assuming that's still Hannah. Okay.
Yeah.
We also have another special guest showing up. They didn't message it directly on the site, but I have talked to this person sideways through private messenger. So,
You met them already. I don't think I met this person yet.
No, you haven't,
But
and
I'm excited too.
They've got a great group. I have been to their parties before. You know what? Who cares? I'll just say it. Because they have an event going on next weekend as well, which they might be seeing some of us during that event. But Skip Share from the D3, the Disney Day Drinkers Club, he is hopefully going to be making an appearance. And we also have some people that were at his party coming to hang out with us before ours actually starts. Now, I can't tell you exactly what time it starts. Sean and I did talk about, usually it starts around 5 o'clock. It all depends on what time they give us the room. So you guys know it's at Old Key West. We do have a 1-bedroom, and I asked for 8 a.m. check-in. It's Disney. We're not going to get 8 a.m. check-in. Let's be realistic. But we're going to do our best.
Yep.
And
we should be ready to go by 5 though. So if you come at 5 or later, we'll be set up and ready to go.
I'll be hammered by 5. There's
most
no
likely.
doubt about that. We're talking about there's going to be quite a few people who are going to be showing up around 11 o'clock because that's what time Gurgling Suitcase opens. And kids will be in the pool, and there's we're just going to be raging. Do some.
So for those that do want to attend, how do they get in past security?
Message us. I'll tell you.
So there you go. If you want to go to the party, message Nate, and he will explain how you work your way in to get through security to get to the party.
So obviously, if you're visiting a resort guest and you know what room that we're in, that's why I need messages from everybody. We've got a few messages of people that are hanging on waiting. Obviously, I don't have a room number yet. I'll have it on Friday. But there's a couple different ways to be able to bypass that. I can give you some hints and ideas on how to do that. I've got to change this. I didn't know this was going to be happening. This didn't happen last week.
It's been on repeat the whole time. I've seen more commercials than fish.
I know, because it's a live stream. I picked a live stream one of like a live aquarium. So I was like, okay, now this is going to play. But not one ad played last time when I was swimming around with the fish.
Maybe you should stop being so cheap and just get the premium version.
Maybe I should.
Maybe
but it's aquarium TV. There's no login. Like, there's nothing else I can do. It's just aquarium TV.
It's aquariums.
Yeah, okay. Yes, you can do that. But if you want to be closer, and not have to wait for the boats, because the boats to go over to Old Key West take about 20 minutes, depending on if it's there when you're ready to launch.
That is good, though. If for whatever reason you have problems, you get stopped by security, they're being assholes that night, which they can be at times.
Yep.
That's a great option, Mario. Just park at Springs and take the boat over.
Right. I just know that we have, I think, 15 or 18 confirmed already that are coming. I just don't want it to be, oh, yeah, we're here to see Nate. Oh, yeah, we're here to see Nate. You know what I mean? People are going to be like, dude, it's only a 1-bedroom. Like, I don't know where you guys are all going to fit. But and if you need to be safe about it, I'm going to have air mattresses. You guys can crash, hang out, whatever you got to do.
SP Transport is not available that night. They're already booked, so don't call me.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Burnt Hickory Brewing in, I think it was Marietta, Georgia or something. It was right next to Woodstock, Georgia. Fantastic little brewery. Though when we pulled up and it was called Burnt Hickory, I was hoping to go inside and smell that rich, something burnt, like burning wood or something like that. It was not. But it also didn't smell like dead zombies throwing up on each other like a normal brewery does before they clean. But yeah, we're playing. The 1-bedrooms there are very roomy. We have a balcony. Kennesaw, Georgia. There you go. Very roomy. We've got a balcony. Obviously, we're going to be hitting up the pool, and depending on where they put us, the place that I recommended is a place that we've stayed a few times before. It's a certain street, and they have a private pool in the back, and that's a really cool one because no one goes to it, so everybody can just go down there and just like hang out. That's what I've done before with a bunch of people. So
another thing too, I know it's a ways out, and we'll probably talk about it a lot more next Sunday when we go live. I just want to mention it now. Saturday the 10th, we will all be at, by all I mean Nate and I and our families and friends. We're gonna be at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. So be prepared. We're probably gonna be going live quite a bit from that event that night. It's a great time. It's we can't go live inside the haunted houses, but you can go live in the scare zones and stuff outside. So we'll be doing that quite a bit that night. So if you're not doing anything Sunday or Saturday the 10th, just plan on joining us when we go live that night. But like I said, we'll talk more on the 4th.
Or come on down to Halloween Horror Nights. It's
or
not
do that
sold
too.
out yet. I do know people that are going, and there's still tickets available. Last I checked, which was 2 days ago. It's not Turtle Pond. I'm sure Reagan's going to pipe up in a minute and tell it what road it is. I know it's near one of the bus stops. That's the only reason why we did it. But it tends to be quieter over there. We've done Hospitality House before, which is right near the pool. But that wasn't quiet at all. And that's where we ran into the people that were beating each other up next door. Hello, Crystal. Crystal, what time is your flight on Friday? And what time are you meeting us at Old Key West? You can come to party with us. Miller's Road, that's what it is. Miller's Road is the part of Old Key West that we requested because it's quieter. We like it over there. Also, let's give a shout out to Crystal Koo. Crystal Koo did like a marathon today. She did, I don't know, was it 20 miles or 15 miles? Something crazy. I was scrolling quick because I was driving.
Isn't a marathon like 26.3 or something?
Yep. LOL, I wish. Come on, bring the family down. We got a place for you to stay. All you have to do is get flights, and flights out of Maryland right now to Orlando. We're running about, for two people, when I checked Rhode Island last week, was $170 round trip for two people, which really isn't bad.
Hey, is that the same commercial that's played 4 times in a row now?
Probably. I don't know.
It's a nice car, though.
It is. It's a Jeep.
Oh, Jeep.
Yeah. I guess
you think
Jeep
they'd switch up the commercials, though, but...
Jeep sponsors Aquarium TV, apparently, so what else I can do about that? Lisa says, Sean, stay up the balcony. Yeah, you definitely have some...
So, for those that don't know, it's been 2 years ago, I think now. I was up in a wedding up in Wisconsin. One of my uncles, the hotel was like on a beach.
Yeah.
So like the back balcony was facing the beach and it had like a big drop down, but so it's kind of built in a hill, I guess. And for some reason we got locked out of the hotel room. So I had the great idea to climb the balcony to go into the patio door. Then we knew that was open. And I got all the way to the top and I grabbed one of the rafters and it came out because it was like bad wood, I guess, and I fell like 15 feet onto a picnic table and lost a giant chunk of my arm containing part of my tattoo. So
terrible.
It was terrible, but yeah. I woke up the next day and like
miler. It was. I'm sure it was.
10 miles is 9 more than I want to ever do in my life. So
9 more. It's like 11 more than
I'm okay. I'm okay for a mile. I can do a mile.
Yeah. Running.
Yeah.
Oof.
I haven't done it in a while, and I gained about 30 pounds since the last time I did it. It's supposed to be a slow-ass mile, but...
Another thing that's going on this weekend, if you're not able to make it on Friday and you are in town, Saturday, we're going to be hanging out at a theme park.
Yes, hopefully.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. I think we have it set, but it will be confirmed tomorrow night.
Right. Horrendous humidity and serious effing hills. Yeah, no, I wouldn't even attempt it. But you've been training, you Peloton, you're like top rider or whatever it is. So good for you. Good for you for doing all that stuff. Keep yourself in shape at the young age of 31. Good for you. Let's see, what else do we have going on? We still have shirts available. Come to the party. It'll be worth your while.
We did, one thing you missed, Nate, at Happy Hours, we did pick a theme for every single Friday from here to the end of the year.
Okay, yeah, no, I definitely missed that.
So,
if you want to send me that list, that would be awesome.
I will post that list. So I honestly have to go back and I don't even remember what they are. So I'll have to, I did write them down in my calendar apparently, because I was looking at my travel calendar. I'm like, what the hell is all this shit written down? Right. I'm like, oh, they are themes for parties. I'm like, okay, apparently we planned out the whole year, so we're good.
We will have other special guests joining us. Some Disney cast members are definitely going to be joining us on Friday night as well. So if you want to
Yep, we have
rub elbows,
folks from Wisconsin coming down, and Maryland, and I don't know,
everywhere.
everywhere.
Drunk Disney dads. We had to make sure that this is going to be a thing.
We should create a map or get one of those maps that is like a lottery ticket where you scratch off the states when you visit, and anytime we have a visitor from another state for Drunk Disney Dads, we can scratch it off.
We have quite a few so far. I mean, we definitely have people from all over the country that have come and met up with us. We've got Joe Myers, we've got Mario. Those are the two most frequent ones that we get to see.
They're California, right?
Joe, I think, is Jersey. Mario is Texas, maybe?
Mario's in Texas? Why do you think he's in California? Probably because he goes to Disneyland all the time, Mario.
He's in Disneyland and Disney World more than anyone else I know.
Correct.
More than Mickey Mouse. He actually goes more than the mouse himself.
Mickey Mario. At least he lives in the middle of the country, so he's like, halfway to both sides. So.
Yep. And he's even had my video starts in 3 minutes, my computer just told me, so that's good.
Is it the video that I finally get to see?
I'll be in Tampa end of October. Should try to meet up somehow. Is that too far? No, Tampa is only about 45 to an hour from here, depending on traffic.
Yeah, it can be up to an hour and a half.
Yeah, depending on what time you go and try to get across the bridge, because there's
a lot of good breweries and good places in Tampa, so I'd be down for a road trip.
Let's do it. Let's get one of those beach houses.
I guess it depends on when in October, because there's an important date in October we can't miss.
Halloween?
No, the 22nd. Halloween party.
Oh, Halloween party on the 22nd. Crystal, if you're going to be in town on the 22nd, I would definitely recommend coming on up for that. Last year was off the hook. I mean, it was ridiculous. There was a haunted house in the house.
Yep. But the haunted house is being moved to the garage this year.
Right. So there's not holes in the wall afterwards.
Yeah, well, there will be just in the garage.
And your pants ripping.
Speaking of though, we should do a dinner this week sometime at my house so we can start planning how we're going to decorate for the Halloween party. Because when me and Nate decided to plan things, we go overboard crazy and we just make shit happen out of nothing. So
in 24 hours. In 24 hours, Sean and I can build.
It's a carnival theme, so we need to create an evil carnival.
Yep.
So if we don't have a Ferris wheel out of PVC pipe, we can build a roller coaster. A PVC pipe, put it in that little grass area in front of my house.
Yeah, it would just go back and forth though. It'll be like one of those swing, one of those swing things at the carnival.
Done.
Right. I think we could make that happen pretty easily. We could probably do that in 6 or 7 hours.
But I want to make some things with lights that flash. I don't know. We gotta figure stuff out.
I'll hit up Charles. I'll have him send us some lights.
There you go. Dude, can we borrow $1 million of the lights, please?
He had huge moving heads everywhere, bubble machines, fog machines. The whole place was ridiculous. It looked like a Halloween party. She said 25th to the 29th. We'll come down early. It's only 3 days. I'm getting asked more questions.
We gotta talk about that, Lisa. We have to figure some stuff out. But that's not till the Halloween. That's the 29th, the weekend. So that's after the party.
And if you want to see something really funny, you can come to our neighborhood when we go trick-or-treating and watch Reagan fall while I'm trying to chase the golf cart. That was a fun time last year.
Raise your hand if you remember that night. Yeah, I'm waiting for Lisa to comment. Lisa was there.
Right. She didn't fall though. She sat. She was Ray's safety belt for a while. Right.
She had her hand crossed so Ray couldn't fall off the golf cart anymore.
What's everybody drinking tonight, Sean? What are you drinking besides nothing?
I'm drinking. I told you Scotty's water and fruit punch. There you go. See? I'm the one that told you to drink it tonight, Dick. No.
Well, because I told Sean, I said last week when I did my stream with me and my drink, it was very fruit juicy, and afterwards I couldn't eat enough Tums to get rid of the heartburn. It was terrible. Who's that guy behind me? He's pointing at my head. Wow, there's people dancing. What's this? Thanksgiving dinner? I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. I literally drove from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. Came inside. We got the kids situated, which means they just kept yelling at each other and running around. The oldest went in his bedroom. Haven't seen him since. Well, no, I'm sorry. He did DoorDash Subway because there's not enough food in my house for him to be able to eat. So he got Subway, didn't tell anybody. And I ended up taking a nap. I took like an hour-long nap. I don't think I've napped in quite a long time, years. But yeah, my body shut down today after that 6.5-hour drive after being at a wedding all day yesterday, which was, again, probably one of the most ridiculous places I've ever been to, especially for a venue. And it was done up well. The bride and groom looked great. It was definitely a very, very awesome time. And the food, incredible. They had beers. They had, man, they were pre-making margaritas because so many people were drinking them. They had the old fashions going, and they were real old fashions. You know, they had jars of Luxardo cherries. They would make sure. So Jack went and got a Shirley Temple from the bartender, and he's like, "Dad, can you take a sip of this because I think there might be alcohol in it?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh man, of course I will." But it tasted like straight up lime, like fresh lime juice. There was limes in it, orange, a little bit of grenadine. I don't think there was any ginger ale at all. It was like water, and then 8 Luxardo cherries. And I was like, dude, this is not a Shirley Temple. A Shirley Temple is very, very easy. Very,
Like,
very
usually it's either like Sprite or ginger ale and grenadine.
and that's it. Right. With a regular cherry on top.
Right.
Maraschino cherry or something like that. No. But I was like, hey man, go for it. And then he drank like 400 sodas after that. So
Sounds legit.
yeah, I did the old fashioned and then I switched to Coors because I was like, tomorrow's gonna come really fast and I'm gonna have to drive. It was 467 miles each way.
So how long did it take you?
The way up there was 6.5 hours on the dot with stopping for gas. Last night I filled up after the wedding. I filled up the tank and we made it home with a quarter of a tank left.
Wow. It's amazing because like when I do road trips like that, I hate driving. Like I just hate it, which is odd. Like when I had to drive from Pennsylvania, like it wasn't horrible because I left super early in the morning, but it probably also didn't help that I was up till midnight the night before drinking with you.
Right.
But it was just a shitty long drive. Well, then yesterday I started driving I had to do some personal drives and then I did Uber. I started at 3 p.m. I didn't get home till almost 4 a.m. So I drove 13 hours. And it, like, to me, just like it flew by fast. And I didn't even realize I was in the car for 14 hours. I was like, holy shit.
Right.
Like, I literally could have drove to Pennsylvania and probably less time.
So a lot of the driving that you did yesterday, was it mostly Disney related, Universal?
So no, so my very first pickup was at Disney as a Disney hotel to the airport. And then I had a private ride that Ray hooked me up with to Mineola to downtown Orlando. And then I had to bring them home at the end of the night when they were done partying. And then in between I was just in Uber and I wasn't by the theme parks at all the entire night.
Wow.
It was all downtown and it was busy consistently. They had good surges and it was kind of nice because most of them were pretty short rides.
Sure.
And then the girl and the party that I picked up in Mineola, she's like, hey, I have a friend at the Orlando amphitheater at a concert and she needs to come by us when it's done. Can you go get her, for another cash ride? I'm like, sure. I had no clue where this place was, but it's literally close to my house. Like, I didn't even realize we had a big fairground amphitheater close by, but we do.
Right.
So I had to pick her up at 10:30, and at 10 o'clock, I picked up a XL Uber drive request.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. Nope, take that back. Okay, so I picked them up at a Gulf Country Club. I think it was 2 workers because they were like done for the shift. I had to bring them to freaking Kissimmee on 192. It took me a half hour to get there. So guess what time it is? 10:30. The time I'm supposed to pick up the girls I'm like, oh shit. So I message them. They're like, hey, we're ready. I'm like, all right, I'm heading there. I'm like, I'll be there in about 15, knowing I was 35 minutes plus.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, it's really bad traffic. I'm sorry, I'm getting there as fast as I can. And they're like, how many miles are you away? I'm like, I'm only 7 miles away. My GPS said 12.
Right.
So once I got on the highway, though, it I actually got there pretty quick. And there were so many people there. So they would have been waiting for me anyways because it took me forever just to get in the damn place. And then I brought them to the friends and it worked out. But the one I thought was funny was while I was waiting, it was about little after 11 o'clock at night. I got a Uber XL again for an elderly couple. I kid you not, they had been at least 70, if not older.
Yeah.
He was all decked out in a tuxedo. She had a full-on ball gown. Their house was enormously huge, like really big. So I picked them up.
What area?
Somewhere it's downtown Orlando. I don't even remember where, but it was somewhere downtown because I wasn't that far away from all the like bars. And then they went to a house in Winter Park. The house I dropped them off at was even bigger than their house. Like huge gated like area, and it was insane. Like I had to drive around the whole house to get to the back of the property where I dropped them off. And there's a person standing at the door, like all like a butler type dude that opened the door for them. I'm like, what kind of party are they going to? Like 70-year-old at 11:30 at night. I'm like, this is kind of strange.
They just walk in and throw piles of cash at each other and laugh. Good to see you, Jim.
They gave me a $15 tip, which is the biggest tip I got on just a normal Uber. The ride itself cost them $8.
Wow.
Well, at least I got paid $8. They probably got charged like 20 something. But yeah, then they gave me a $15 tip on top of it. But I'm like, okay, this is kind of awkward. Like are they like, I don't know, doing some like satanic worshiping? And like a bunch of rich people getting together and right? Are they like sacrificing some virgin or something? Like, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not gonna ask questions. Just gonna drop them off.
Did you get any pickups from any of the bars that we've been trying to post in our other group? Like any of those spots?
So downtown at night is a chaotic clusterfuck because every road's closed down. The cops block all the roads down now. So even trying to get places was like next to impossible. I kept having a message and apologize saying, hey, I got to go around. This road's closed or whatever. Yeah. So the only place I actually picked someone up from was actually the 808.
Really? Okay. Nice.
Yep. And you know where I dropped him off?
Aku?
No, a bar called the Falcon. You know where the Falcon is?
No.
Literally across the street from 808.
Is it really?
She didn't realize that. And I didn't either until I hit arrive and it said destination, make U-turn, and I was there.
It was a 4-cent Uber ride.
And because of the surge, I got paid $8 to literally pull around to the other side of the road, and yeah.
Wow.
Like I was literally laughing my ass off.
Did they tip you?
No. He probably waited longer for me to get there than he would have just walking across the street.
That's awesome.
I was laughing so hard. It was
across the street. That's great.
Yeah, but it looks like a little cool. It's like on the corner. It's like a cool little, I don't know, it's just called the Falcon. So we might have to check it out sometime. Go there during the day so I can actually see the area and stuff.
Well, we got to make a plan to get that trivia night going and stuff like that. I know Bob and his wife want to.
That's I think a Monday night. I know Hagen's does trivia nights too. I don't know if it's Monday or Tuesday, but we should start hitting up all the different trivias.
Where is Draven? That's going to be the first trivia question.
Draven actually came by Friday night. He was the one that left at 6:30 in the morning.
You mean Friday? Saturday morning.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Practically Sunday.
Right. He came by tomorrow.
But yeah, we had lots of games of bar dice going on, and then we were playing pennies, and we went to play another game, and all the pennies were missing, so we couldn't play pennies anymore.
No.
And it's kind of weird that my neighbor Brian bought the penny game, and was complaining that he didn't know where to get pennies from. And guess who had pennies Saturday for his house?
What's up, Mark Jr.?
So, it was Tara. Tara admitted to taking the pennies. Wow. Luckily, I have a bag of change at my house. I had plenty of other pennies to use, but we were laughing so hard. We're like, "Where's all the pennies?" And then the next day,
10 pennies.
Brian's house had pennies for the pennies, but he has the penny game now. So, danger.
I'm gonna do a little advertising right now. Sud Saloon, historic.
Suds, good old Wisconsin bar.
Absolutely.
Downtown Claremont.
Oh, let me show you some of the beers I got. I have a 6-pack for your wife too of the other kinds, but all right. So I know you hate beer.
Yeah.
But this is one you're gonna try because it's
Okay.
dumb.
Big Shanty. That was my nickname in high school.
Was it?
No.
Good. This
Stout. I'll try,
It-
but
it's conditioned on Golden Graham cereal.
okay.
It tastes like Golden Graham cereal.
Not gonna
I'm
lie.
even
Not
kidding.
gonna lie. I'm probably gonna have Golden Graham cereal after the stream now because I'm in the mood, and we bought a box today.
I have a brand new box sitting next to the stove too. And then this
Speaking
is
of,
one
so,
we want to-
what's that one?
it's called Zeke.
Yeah.
It's a pale ale. It's not an IPA, bitter, anything like that. It tastes more like a Pilsner to me, but just fresher. Doesn't taste like a, sit on the shelf kind of a beer. But these are both from Tropical Pale Malty. It's actually really good. Either Sean just took a really big bong hit and is frozen, or he's just frozen. Or I should say Ian. Wow, look at his eyes. There he is.
Oh, I think we our power flickered. So I think my
really?
internet. Yeah, I think my Wi-Fi reset. So I had to
Is it
turn
still-
Wi-Fi off.
Shit,
What's
it
that?
is. You can see the rain behind
I
me
know
now.
it's literally like going sideways.
Dude, it's literally nothing here. Nothing. It's not
Yeah.
even windy anymore. It's doing
Yeah,
nothing.
it's just like blowing literally sideways here.
Here, I'm just gonna pull up a map so people can see how drunk Florida
Okay,
weather.
I'm not even joking. I was driving people to Disney one day, and it was sunny as can be, and I could literally see the storm ahead of me, and it's just like a literal line of rain that I knew I was getting closer to, and I'm like, I could count down like we're gonna hit the rain in 3, 2, 1, and then bam! It was like you couldn't even see driving.
You can see
That's-
the sheets come across. Yeah,
That's the day that I don't know if you saw, but that main store, the Emporium on Main Street Disney, got hit by lightning. And I
Oh,
was
really?
literally at Contemporary when it happened because obviously the thunder was like obnoxiously loud, and me and both guests jumped because they were like, "Holy shit, what was that?" And it turned out Disney was struck by lightning across the street
Okay.
from us.
So here's how drunk Florida is. I'm the blue dot. Sean is right there. Nothing over here. This is Disney right here. So I live here, or I live on the blue dot. Sean's right here getting demolished by this nonsense, and it's nowhere near me, but it looks like it did just roll through parts of Disney. This is all
Right.
Disney stuff. And then this right here, the yellow, that's Shuttle, because that's where Port Canaveral is, I think.
No, it's got to be further away than that.
No, I'm sorry. This is the yellow. That's Port Canaveral. So that's where the shuttles take off from.
But that big launch is supposed to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, but that's a NASA launch. That's not. That's
You
not
still can
Elon.
see it. It still is. I mean, it's the same place. It's literally the exact same place it takes off.
Right. But it's not one of his shuttles that goes off every 40 minutes.
Right, but I don't give a shit. This one's history, Nate. This was a history shuttle. It's going on the moon.
NASA's been waiting like 30 years to launch this shuttle. Elon launches like every half hour.
Okay, it was 69 when we went to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
So how many years ago was that?
But Buzz Aldrin has put an end to all that. He said it never happened.
Don't. We're not
listen to
turning
the
this
guy
into
who
that.
was there.
We're not.
We're not doing no conspiracy theories tonight.
This is not that podcast. That one starts at 10. Nate's tinfoil adventures.
What time does that thing take? Is it 10 o'clock tomorrow morning?
I don't know, but it's been 50 years since we went to the moon, so.
Oh, and that's
We'll
what that. But is it manned?
No. This is the first
unmanned.
step to get men back, or women, or monkeys, or dogs onto the moon. But it's supposed to be a rocket going to the moon.
Right. And
I honestly didn't care enough about it to read up on it, but that's what I heard. So
what character are they setting up? They're sending a stuffed animal that's been on multiple. It's like Donald Duck or something like that.
I thought it was Kermit the Frog or something.
Oh man. Oh, 8:30 tomorrow, Lisa says. Reagan, what
8:30.
Which character is going up tomorrow? Which stuffed animal are they sending? One that's been up like 4 or 5 times, apparently. And it's like changed shape and size. I don't think it's Mickey. I don't think they would do Mickey.
No, but I do recall that, but I can't remember what it was.
I remember them showing it a couple of times. I don't know if it's like Tigger or like, no, it might not even be a Disney character. It could just be something
I don't
else.
think it was. I thought it was like a Warner Brother character, like Scooby Doo or something. Like, I don't know. We're probably all wrong. Too bad someone didn't have a laptop in front of them. They could look this up.
You can hear me typing. I'm looking it up right now. Oh man! Of course, when I look up.
Do you still have that spare computer monitor?
Yeah.
You said you might have one. What?
Yeah, it's in the garage.
Like if you have one that's not being used, I would take it off your hand for a little bit.
There it is, Snoopy.
Yes. Okay. It was in the 60s. If it went up to the moon. Well, that's what I'm saying. It had been. Well, I guess Mickey Mouse is old too, but Snoopy. Okay.
Snoopy's going up.
Is Jeep going to the moon? Because it looks like Jeep's on the moon behind you.
The Jeep is bringing all the fish that are in the aquarium up to the moon to see what happens.
For some reason, I am have an urge to buy a Jeep now. I don't know why. Why does it keep repeating the same commercial though?
I'm looking this way.
I'm looking.
If I put anything else on, I'm going to get banned in 408 countries again. So
True.
I don't know what else to do. I mean,
Drunk Disney Dads is also sponsored by Jeep now, so go and buy yourself a Jeep Wrangler while smoking cigars and drinking Scotty's vodka.
Do it all at the same time.
Yes.
4 donuts in downtown Orlando. It'll be
inside an aquarium.
Yeah, it's. Oh, so after the wedding last night, the GPS taking us back to the hotel. It was 16 minutes, but we went back downtown Woodstock, downtown Woodstock, dude. The place was ridiculous. We drove by that bar top place. The steps were all lined with people waiting to get up there. Music so fucking loud, like you would get shut down everywhere around here because they don't do loud music. You know, you have to contain yourself.
Right.
Wide open, and it was nuts. Cops just lined up in the middle of the street waiting for people to act up. And it's a little podunk town, but it's just...
You know, it's kind of ironically foreshadowing. Woodstock is a character in Snoopy.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah, the little yellow bird.
Yep. So we definitely did not go on the moon because A plus B equaled F.
A plus B equals R.
R squared.
Yep. Sweet. Well, it's 8:50, and
yep,
I think that's all we have to talk about tonight because we have to get ready for the party this weekend. So keep sending messages. Like I said, we've got a bunch of people already not registered. This isn't a pay thing; it's free. We're doing this on our own accord just to say Happy 4th of July, and I don't know why I'm saying that tonight. It's just like my thing, I guess.
I don't know. I guess.
But again,
Happy Day of Labor.
What size shirts you need, because Scotty will be bringing that down, and we will have favors for everybody, including stuff that you don't even know about that we're not going to tell you about, because there has to be some kind of a surprise. There will be lots of drinking, there will be lots of fun, and there will be drunk Disney dads, and that's really all the stuff that matters. And it is Labor Day weekend as well.
It is.
Yeah, I forget about stuff like that. Like
The end of summer doesn't come out till December.
Yeah, right. And then it starts again in February.
True story.
So you guys have a good night. Be safe. Be kind to one another. High five somebody. You know what? When you see somebody tomorrow walking down the street and they look a little bit glum, just say hi to them because it'll make them smile, maybe. And
you might get punched, but
you might get punched. And you know what? Then you'll be sad, and somebody else will say hi to you. So it's always going to pay yourself forward.
Full circle.
But have a good night, Sean. Have some golden grams, and I'll talk to you in 3 minutes.
Bye, folks.
See you Friday.